Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The World Report's where the fun begins.
Keep my hands busy.
From handlebars to world affairs.
You should comb your hair.
Rick and Joe are taking you there. It's the ride of
Do you
your
wish you had
life.
hair to
Come
comb?
on, don't hide.
Not really.
Rick and Joe,
This point
it's a
you done
wild,
gave
wild
up.
ride.
Just more to take care of.
Okay, cut that mess off.
We need a way to fade this out. Is there a way you can hit that and just fade it out?
Well, I'm not that experienced on this equipment yet. I own it, but I don't know how to work it. This is the Rick and Joe T World Report. Makes it
Wait a
sound.
minute. I gotta get used to this new board.
Almost live from the CHUMP studio. Welcome to the World Report with Rick Fairless
Yay.
and Joe T.
Don't make your own fart noise. I got the whole thing right here, buddy.
So, I'm Rick Fairless. And this
And I'm
is
Joe
my
T.
pal Joe T. So we used to do a show. We did a show at what was called Live 105.3
radio station here. in
radio
Dallas.
station in Dallas, and then it changed. We did it for 2 years.
Wow.
We did it for a couple of years on Sunday mornings, and they went to all sports, so we were out. So then we started doing the show here. How many years ago?
I lose track of time. I have no idea.
So we did the show here, and we called it the Rick and Joe T Dumbass Club, which all of those episodes are available on my YouTube account, Strokers Dallas YouTube. So we're going to start doing the show again, and it's going to be a little bit different than before.
How's that?
Well, we're not calling it the Dumbass Club, so there's a difference right there.
Yeah, but they know
So,
what they're
so
getting.
basically, this show is just a couple of knuckleheads talking about current events.
Wait a minute. Let me give the disclaimer. Nothing that we say may be true.
Yeah.
And
May or may not be any truth to what we say.
yeah. And so don't take it for the gospel. Don't get offended.
Yeah.
Because we'll probably offend everybody at some point.
We're not going to try to offend people, and
Well, wait a minute. We might.
you might. So
We might.
the people that watch my show, and if you haven't seen it, it's called In My Life, the 365 Project. I do every day, 365 days a year. I'm on... Bessler, I should have that over here instead of that knucklehead.
No.
So I do this show, and so you'll see a different side of me on this one, because when I'm hanging out with my pal Joe T, he kind of brings a little.
Yeah.
He brings it out in me. Sometimes I even say some. Sometimes I even say some curse words. He's got that board over there.
I love this thing.
Is Puff the Magic Dragon on there?
No,
I
and
specifically
do not put it on here, 'cause I ain't playing
I
it.
specifically told Bessler to put Puff the Magic Dragon on there.
There's not a midget thing on here either.
Well, that's fine. Joe likes midgets, by the way. So, the Rick and Joe T World Report
Yeah.
will begin now, and what will happen is we'll try to do it once a week, but that ain't guaranteed, and Bessler will edit it. Bessler is my IT guy / brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So he'll edit it and add some foo-foo stuff in there and make it look good.
Yeah.
And so
No
this is,
wagering. While this is going on, no betting.
so we don't know how long the show will last. Usually it lasts till I got to go pee, and then we shut the show down.
Oh, they're fixing to quit any minute.
So today is Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's our first episode of Super Bowl Sunday. I don't reckon this show will air for a week or so. We're probably running a week behind. So that's it, the Rick and Joe T World Report. What do you want to talk about, Joe?
Well, let's tell them at some point, too,
Right.
Megan's going to be back on here with us.
Yep,
Megan
so-
was on the old show.
Yeah, Megan was on the radio show that we did on Live 105.3. She worked for me for a long time, and she married Sean Phillips. Megan is like a daughter to me, and Sean is like a son.
She's the brains of the operation.
She's the brains of the operation.
And when she shows up here, she'll be the brains of this
She'll
operation.
still be the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
Although she's kind of bossy. I don't know if we want her on this show.
That is true. She is bossy.
She's bossy.
But she was bossy before. It's not like we don't know what we're getting.
Then why did you invite her to do the show?
I love Megan.
I do too. She's bossy. She likes to boss me
Plus,
and you
she
around.
can sit over there by you and slap you
Oh,
upside
yeah.
the head.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You got a shut up button over there, don't you?
No.
What was one of those buttons?
I got a buzzer.
No, there was a button on the far right somewhere towards the right side. You played it earlier. No.
That's not it.
No. It's on the right side, damn it!
It's not on the right side.
Read them off what they are.
Here's one. Bite.
I double dare you.
Don't be rude.
Oh, maybe it was that one. Don't be rude.
Don't touch the butt.
So, yeah, I mean, so we're going to talk about it's almost like two guys in the garage shooting the baloney,
Yeah.
shooting the BS.
Yeah. Plus, we're going to do a Sturgis countdown.
Yeah, so we'll start that now. So right now it's 171 days until we leave for Sturgis.
Right.
We are building FXR with Joe T.
Yeah.
It's going to be badass. It's at the painter now.
Yeah.
Coming along really good.
Actually, redoing one.
Redoing one.
Yeah. Back to the old 90s style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're building a bike with my son-in-law Lena's husband Elliot Presser. It's going to be a long bike. He's naming after his wife Lena. It's
Chopper.
A long chopper, like the Susie chopper of the tattoo bike.
Sugar Bear front end.
Sugar Bear front end. Sugar Bear had the frame, and so it's going to be a cool deal. It's at the painter and chromer now.
Yeah.
And then we're building a bike that I call Sharon.
Which I hope is done.
Yeah, it's going to be close, but I think it should be done.
Yeah.
I think it should be done.
Well, once we get paint back, get stuff kind of put back together, then he can focus on that bike.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right. I'm trying to lean my chair back. Is what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
So Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay, so this will not air until after the Super Bowl.
That's right.
So, what's your prediction?
Well, there's nobody I hate more than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, what's your prediction?
KC. I'm
By
betting.
how much?
I'm betting on the boy from Tyler, Texas. Is what I'm doing.
What do you think the score will be?
27-30. You give Kansas City. You give Patrick Mahomes the ball with 2 minutes left. He's like Tom Brady. He's going to score.
Yeah.
He's going to score.
Yeah.
So if they can keep it a one possession game,
Barkley scares me.
Barkley scares me. And a year ago, nobody wanted him. He was in New York, and they just
We could have had him.
we could have had him.
Yeah.
We could have had him.
But we're not smart enough.
We're not smart enough. Oh, Jerry didn't want him. Yeah, that's
for
about
Jerry.
what that is. Isn't it crazy that we're lifelong Dallas Cowboy fans, but we are not Jerry Jones fans?
I have mixed emotions.
He's a very smart businessman.
That's it. And it's his money, so he can do what he wants. I just wish he'd spend his money better.
Would make better decisions.
Not
So-
give Dak $250 million.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous what all of those guys make.
Yeah.
Now the next one is going to make that big money, I think, is that San Francisco Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
which he's not worth. None of them are worth that money.
No.
But so I went to a Super Bowl in 1993, January 1993,
Yeah. Where was it at? It was in Los Angeles, wasn't it?
Pasadena.
Okay.
What is Pasadena? Is a suburb of LA,
Los
right?
Angeles, yeah.
So it was in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. So I went there with one of my customers, Don Rasco. We call him Roscoe. And he is a beer drinking machine from Grand Saline, Texas.
Well, how was the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl was good. I mean, it was completely different.
Don't they really do cool stuff?
Yeah, it was completely different than a regular football game. The halftime was Michael Jackson, and I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
But he and I are the same age. Me and you and him. Me and Joe are both 68 years old.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson would have been 68
Really?
years old. Yeah, he was our age.
I thought he was younger than us.
No. No, he's 68, same age as us.
Okay.
So's Katie Couric. I love me some Katie Couric. You don't like Katie Couric?
She's all right.
She's okay.
She's a liberal.
They had.
You know how me and liberals don't get along.
Joe, no politics.
No,
I don't care about liberals and leftists.
Let's talk about Biden.
Let's not. So
he's an idiot.
It was during
Just in case anybody was unsure.
Joe,
Biden's an idiot.
Please, Joe.
I just want to get that out there.
Get that out there, okay?
Wait a minute. There's got to be a universe.
Where's the disclaimer thing?
Most impressive.
So I want to preface that. So Joe likes politics. I do not.
No, it's not that
Joe,
I like. No, that's not that.
Joe wants his political affiliation known. He wants everybody to know his political affiliation. I don't.
It's not that I like.
Don't.
Shut up. It's not that I like politics.
Hit that.
It's just that you need to understand it so you know what's going on in the country.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You're just going to sit here at Strokers, hide yourself in your little office.
I ain't hiding myself. I shook 1,000 hands yesterday. I ain't hiding myself. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm out there, man. I'm out there.
Telling them how to vote.
I'm
happy to tell them how to vote.
I don't want to tell people how to vote, and I don't want nobody telling me how to vote. So, the Michael Jackson thing was cool in that we all had these cards, so they give you a seat cushion.
Yeah.
And they give you, inside the seat cushion is like a transistor radio and some Super Bowl memorabilia.
What kind of seat did you have? Were you on the 50-yard line, the 20-yard line?
No, we were kind of up in the nosebleed sections.
Oh.
But it was fine.
Yeah.
And you had a card that you held up, and I made a post on it, a picture on my post today, and it was, the cards were, when they were all held up, it was pictures of kids around the world, because I think it was, what was 93, Desert Storm?
I don't know.
One of those wars over there in the Middle East.
I'm more current politics.
You're
Old
current.
politics doesn't really.
That ain't politics, is it?
Well, kind of.
The war and stuff's politics?
Yeah.
I'm out. Make love, not war, man, is what I'm all about.
Wait a minute, there's a laugh button here somewhere. There it is.
So, the Super Bowl was really cool.
Yeah.
And so, Joe T has season tickets to the Dallas
Cowboys.
To the Dallas Cowboys. And so, our deal is we're going to go.
If the Super Bowl comes back to Dallas,
which it will eventually.
No matter who's playing.
We're
going.
We're going if we're still alive. We'll be 69 this year, Joe.
I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Well, I don't either, but I don't think it's coming back to Dallas anytime soon.
Well, I checked. I know it's not in the next 3 or 4 years.
Is that how far they do them ahead of time?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But if it does, we're going. Like I say, I don't care. I would love for. Would that be unbelievable for Dallas to be in a Super Bowl?
Hey, when Glidden's Mr. Bender at Glidden sent me to the Super Bowl, he asked if I wanted to go, and I said yes, sir. We didn't have any clue because it was the start of the season. Yeah. We had no clue Dallas was going to be in there. It just, it was just good fortune.
Just happened that way.
But there's so many people there at the games that are corporate people, so they're not for either team. I was wearing Dallas Cowboys stuff at the game. Well, of course, the Cowboys were playing, but people are wearing wherever they're from at the game.
Yeah.
So it was, it was kind of a corporate. It's kind of a corporate deal.
Well, the tickets, I was looking to see what tickets are going for this Super Bowl. The cheap seats, the last row,
or $4,000 or something,
$4,000 or $5,000 for.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a bad seat.
Yeah.
I mean, you get
down
close. Are there really any
bad seats in there in those places?
Well, yeah. I mean, the end zone, the upper deck of the end zone. I mean, you're just there for the experience.
So one of the things that I wrote down to talk about in the current events. Does this thing tell me how long I've been on there? Yeah, 22 minutes. Well, 22 minutes we started it. Remember, we fooled around.
We were eating lunch.
We were eating lunch, yeah. So, Puff Daddy and those freak-offs. Now, I was not invited. You weren't invited to any of those? I don't know any of them people. Well, because of my high profile, in life. Wait, I figured out. Have you seen Dave Chappelle? You know Dave Chappelle. Yeah, I love Dave Chappelle. He said he is not politically correct, and neither is Joe T. No, but listen to it. Jay Chappelle, I saw one of his little skits, just a snippet of what he said.
somebody asked him, said, "Were you invited to the freakouts?" And he said, "No." They said, "Well, why not?"
Because he's ugly. He said, "Because I guess I'm ugly."
He goes, "I figured it out. I'm ugly." That's probably why me and you weren't invited.
Yeah, we're not.
Well, at least you.
But it's. I don't get it because it's not only was the guys with the women, the guys were with the guys too. Is that what you heard?
I've tried to stay away from that stuff.
I know, but it was all over the news for like a couple weeks.
Well, the news lasts 15 minutes, then they go on to something new. You know, I think the deal is they were selling favors, or it was kind of all this powerful people in Hollywood, and
the music.
If you went to the freak out, then you got a new record contract or something. I don't know.
Well, I think that guy's still in jail. What's his name? Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
Puff.
yeah, Pimp Daddy or Puff Daddy or something like that. P Diddy. P
Diddy. I think he's still in jail.
But I love Dave Chappelle. I guess I'm ugly. I didn't get to go.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but it basically is a giant orgy the way I understood it. Can you imagine going to an orgy with Oprah?
Was Oprah there at those things?
Yeah.
He had so was that guy that hung himself supposedly.
Epstein
Was at those things too.
Was he?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like I say, I've really stayed away from that junk.
Me too, but it's current events, so I brought it up. Okay.
So is politics. Let's talk about Biden pardoning all these people.
He's just a citizen like you and me. Why do you want to talk about him? Leave him alone.
Because he screwed our country around.
No politics.
Okay.
No politics.
I'm still upset about the pardons. I do not like that. He pardoned.
I don't want to talk about politics.
He pardoned Liz Cheney.
Nobody cares Nobody cares what your politics are.
I'm just letting them know.
We don't want to know. Nobody wants to know your politics.
You know, most of the people that are going to watch this are sitting in their house in front of their computer in their underwear.
That's not a good visual thought right there. That is not a good thought.
And they worry about
probably
politics.
eating Cheetos and watching this stupid show.
What's that old joke about Cheetos? The guy went to the doctor and his goods were orange. The doctor said, "What have you been doing?" So I've been.
The show just officially went off the rail.
He's eating Cheetos. I think about that when I eat Cheetos.
I eat Cheetos every day. I don't want to think about that.
Well, now that you're going to. Now, next time you pick up a Cheeto, you'll go, "Oh, maybe I should."
Help wanted some other dumbass to do the show with me. So there's a new cruise ship. You went on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise, and thank God my wife has no desire to go on a cruise. You went on a cruise.
I did. I got seasick.
Yeah, you were seasick for like 3 days.
A couple of days. Then I got the patches behind your ears, and then it kind of got better. I was never right.
Or since. You ain't been right since. So how was it? People love cruises.
We had a nice cabin. The two big things I remember. Here's what I remember. If you go take a crap on a cruise ship, it like sucks you down. Have you been to those toilets like sucks?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You flush it and it sucks. And I don't know why they do that, but it's like high pressure. It's like,
so we're not only hearing his political affiliations, we're hearing him going to number 2.
Anyway, I remember that. And I remember they talk about, there's food everywhere. All this food, it's soggy. Because you're out in the ocean and it's humid, and you go to that and everything's soggy.
Did they have food outside the
Yeah.
Do they have food? Is it soggy?
Buffets everywhere. You go on this deal, there's a buffet here, and you go down to another deck, there's a buffet there. And it's all soggy.
And it's 24 hours a day that you can go up there and eat?
Eat anytime you want. And then at dinner, like the one we were on, they assign you people to sit with. So you're sitting with these people you don't know, and I guess they expect you to be friendly. And I'm not that friendly. So
you don't recommend cruises?
I would not go on another one. But our buddy Paul Yaffe and Fairless and all them go on to this, what's it called? High
Seas Rally.
Yeah, they go on a...
They love it. Fairless told me it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, he's getting paid to go.
Yeah. Well, I just have no desire to be on a boat. Number one, I get seasick.
Yeah, me too.
My wife doesn't want to go on a cruise, and neither do I. So,
Well, and you talk to people, go, what'd you do today? Well, I walked around the cruise ship. What'd you do today? Yeah, me too. I walked around the cruise ship.
Well, there's a new ship called the Icon of the Seas. It's the largest cruise ship, 20 decks. It holds 7,000 people.
Plus the crew, probably.
How big was the cruise ship you were on?
It was big, but I have no idea. I mean, it was huge. I mean, multiple decks, not 20.
Right.
Obviously, but and we had a nice cabin on the outside. Some of those, you get a cabin, you're like down below, and there's no window, no nothing.
Right.
You're just like locked in a locker.
Well, that's for the cheapest skaters.
Yeah. So
That's for the people that can't afford the $100 cabin like you did.
anyway, yeah, but it was not. I mean, like I say, that's all I remember. Food soggy, seasick, toilet trying to suck your butt. So I ain't going.
Okay, moving on from there, see. So the Super Bowl is always the largest watched program of the year.
Yeah.
Last year, 123 million people watched the Super Bowl.
That's around the world, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
123 million.
Well, it'll probably be that.
It'll
or
it'll
year.
beat it this year.
Yeah, with Kansas City going for a three-peat
Yeah.
and Philly.
I'm for Kansas City because they used to be the Dallas Texans.
Yeah.
Who are you for?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People from Dallas don't like Philly because people from Philly don't like us. And we got some good friends from Philly.
Yeah, we got one good buddy there in Philly that's a nut over the Eagles.
Yeah.
He came down a few times and gone to the Cowboy game, Cowboy-Philly game with us.
Yeah.
Mike Zielinski. I mean, Jeff Zielinski.
My
I don't know where I get
apologies,
these
Jeff.
names
My
from.
apologies,
What
Jeff.
I call
While ago,
Phyllis.
Sylvia brought food to me and Joe and set it on my desk, and Joe said, "Hey, Phyllis," and I thought, "Who's he talking to?" Hey, Phyllis.
Well, Phyllis
here-
was your aunt.
Hey, Phyllis. Here's a tip for you and the other girl.
Phyllis was your aunt.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did I think her name was Phyllis?
I don't know. Maybe
don't
she
know.
looks like a Phyllis.
And then-
What about the other thing that I don't get?
what?
And I know you're against masks and all that, and I don't like wearing masks.
That's over. COVID's over.
I know, but there's still I still see people wearing masks. I mean, they're driving in a car by themselves.
Where do you see this?
Just going down the road. I saw a guy 2 weeks ago riding a bicycle wearing a mask.
Why?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Well, ask him. Why didn't you ask him?
Well, I'm not sure his first language was the same as mine.
If you want to know something, at our age, the way I look at things now,
I do.
if you want to know something,
I'm
you
not
ask. Like your
stopping.
girl at the bar. I just asked her today, why you got that thing in your nose?
What's a ring?
I know. Why would you? I
Young
said, did it
people
hurt?
young people think it's cool.
It reminds me of a bull. You used to put a
Well,
thing
that's
on
because
it.
you're almost 70.
Why do they do that?
I don't know.
And she said it really, really hurt.
I don't know.
But anyway, the point is, if you want to know something, just ask them. Why you got on that stupid mask? See what they say. Maybe they're trying to protect you. They got a cold or something.
Hold on. If somebody is wearing a mask by themselves, I do not want to start a conversation with those people. I don't want to know why those idiots are wearing a mask.
So they are idiots.
I mean, they're just driving along down the road in a car by themselves wearing a mask.
Well, you know me. I didn't wear a mask when they told us to wear a mask.
No,
I didn't do it.
I had to wear one when I would go places.
I didn't. I just said I ain't doing it.
Yeah,
And if they
well.
told me you can't come in here, I said, well, guess what? I'm not coming in here.
And they all cheered.
Well, they didn't get my money.
Some people,
So a lot of
what's
those
the old
businesses are
saying?
out of business now.
Some people, everybody brings joy to, like everybody brings joy to my company. Some when they enter, some when they leave. You were one of the ones who gave joy when you left.
That's not true.
It's true.
That's not true. Your people love me.
You got the guys that wear the mask all the time, even by themselves, and then you got the guy like Joe that refuses.
I
He
ain't
throws
doing
a fit when he goes to
I'm not
order his
doing it.
hamburger.
I'm not
They
doing
ask
it,
him
and
to put a
I'm following
mask on.
politics. I'm doing both of those things.
Let's see here, Joe. You got anything?
Yeah, I have a question for you. I heard this on the radio this morning. Why would you watch a documentary? They were talking about the documentary there's a movie called Lincoln.
Right.
And it was just a movie. Like you go and you sit down, you get your popcorn, your Coke, and you watch this movie about Lincoln. There's nothing new going to show up.
Yeah,
we know what happened to him.
You know what happens at the start and at the end. You don't know what happened in the middle.
Do I care what happened in the middle?
Maybe in the middle he wasn't supposed to go to Ford Theater. It seems like I heard something. He went on a last minute deal because Martha invited him.
No.
Martha wasn't his wife.
Did I tell you when Bundy
That
and I were
was
in...
George Washington's wife was Martha. What was Abe Lincoln's wife?
I don't know.
Mary Todd.
Larry.
Mary Todd Lincoln.
That's right. Bundy and I went to the Ford Theater when we were in Washington, D.C. last year.
It's still there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of blocked up. It was earlier in the morning, so we didn't take a tour, but we just went and we took a picture out in front of it. But, but it's still there.
Hit that crickets button.
Oh. You don't care about the Ford Theater?
I thought you were going to say you went in and you got to sit down there in that chair and Mrs. Lincoln, other than the assassination, how did you enjoy the play? None of that.
Like those Kennedys. They don't like Dallas.
Those Kennedys had one bad day in Dallas and they ain't coming back. One bad day.
Bundy and I, we did go to the Spy Museum. That was cool. We went into the Spy Museum.
Is it all 007 stuff?
Well, some of it is. We got the 007 car there, the original one. The Aston Martin that had the machine guns come out the front, the rotating license plate, squirting the oil in the back.
Here's a little known fact.
What?
I've never seen...
No.
Never. What are they called? What's the name of those movies?
007.
No, that's not what they're called, is it?
James Bond.
I've never seen a James Bond movie.
None. Not even the old ones with Sean Connery?
Never.
Oh, Ricky, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I just have no desire. I like to watch stuff like biographies, but I like to watch stuff...
You know what's going to happen.
Well, I like to watch stuff that can be real. We're watching a show now on Netflix called Pacific, and it's about these young guys that went to World War II, and they're fighting. And
we won that war,
We did win that war, but not everybody survived it.
No.
So I'm watching that, and it's, there's a lot of killing and all that, but it's like things you don't think about is, we had this machine guns and we were shooting, the whole 9 yards, right? That's why they call it 9 yards.
Go ahead.
That's why they call it 9 yards, because those bullet belts are 9 yards long. So,
really?
So they were mowing down all those gooks or whatever you want to call them.
Is that politically correct?
I don't know.
It's not.
This show is not political. I'm sorry if I offended any gooks out there.
Like I said, don't take anything we say serious.
Please, because we don't. So they're killing the Japanese, and then there's one of them, and this was like their first battle, and then there's one of them that's hand up, and so they're going over there to kind of help him, and he has a hand grenade, and he pulled the button, and it killed him and the two Americans that ran over there.
So you watch the whole movie to watch somebody get blown up?
Well, I think it's a series. I'm on episode 4.
Are you watching Landman?
No, because I don't have. But
you said you got it.
We got it, but we couldn't figure out how to load it, so we did something wrong. So we're going to use Biggin's password. Don't turn me in now.
So Bessler's going to have to come to your house and set it up so you can watch TV?
No! Biggin is.
Oh, okay. Somebody is.
Somebody is going to have, but are you watching the show Landman? It's supposed to be really good, although Joe T said it's a
soap opera.
Yeah, but I don't like soap operas.
Well, that's what it is.
I tried watching that
Yellowstone.
Yeah. I tried watching that, and I did not like it. And then when the new season started last year, I guess, I thought, okay, I'm going to try to watch it again. So then it was a young guy and a young girl, which turned out to be the daughter.
Yeah.
But she was a teenager, and so she's trying to have sex with whoever the guy was. Then they decide to go in the bar, and they order some drinks, and of course they're underage. The bartender said, "You're underage." So then she kind of wiggled her boobs around a little bit, and she said, "What do you think now?" And he said, "2 drinks coming up." I turned it off, and I never went back.
I'll tell you one you would like. It's called.
I don't like soap operas.
It's called 1883.
I like that.
Have you seen that?
The first one with Sam Elliott and who else?
Yeah, the girl
Tim
singer
McGraw.
and his wife.
Yeah.
Hill.
I like that. Faith Hill.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah. I watched that.
That was a good show.
Well, there's a new one that just came out called...
Well, there's 1923.
Yeah, but there's another one that
with
just...
Harrison Ford. And I watched it. It was
I
okay.
did too. That was okay.
They're going to do another season of that.
Yeah, but there's another new one that just came out.
I hadn't seen that.
Like even before the 18-something.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that.
Where does it come on?
Paramount Plus.
I don't got Paramount Plus.
Well, you will when Biggin comes and sets you up. It's all that stuff.
Are you watching? Do you like? People love that Yellowstone. I just couldn't get into it. They got the lawyers, the bad guy, and
I like the first
the
2 or
one
3
kid's
seasons
married
before
to
they
that.
started blowing people up.
What do they call it? The train station, right?
Yeah, that's where they take people after they kill them.
Yeah, and then the one.
What do you do with people after you kill them around here? There's been a lot of people around here that used to be here that disappeared that I've never seen again. What happened to all those people?
Well, they brought joy into the company when they left. That's what happened to those people.
I just wondered what happened to them.
So
they used to be here, now they're not here anymore.
Good. I promise you, if there's people that have worked here and they don't work here now, and they left because I wanted them to leave,
yeah,
there's a reason why I wanted them to leave. I have hired and fired hundreds and hundreds of people. A lot of them were really good people, and a lot of them were just lazy people.
Yeah.
Some of them were thieves.
Yeah,
I
remember some of those.
Yeah. So, you
had some that just passed away.
We had a few that died.
Trent,
yeah. Well, Trent wasn't working here when he died.
I know, but he'd been here a long time.
Oh, I love Trent. Pirate Tom, you remember Pirate Tom? He worked for me in parts. He died.
Anyway.
But why don't you have to bring that downer up, Debbie?
I didn't.
Downer?
I was just wondering.
You brung it up.
I was afraid you were killing them off and you were burying them in the back somewhere.
No,
I didn't know where they were.
No,
because like I say, a lot of them were here, then they weren't. Never to be heard from again.
But you know what I do, and this is true. When somebody leaves my employ, we never ever call them. And I'll tell whoever took their place, say it's a parts guy, right?
Yeah.
Or a service manager. I'll say, okay, you're going to take this over. I don't care if the guy that left knows every single thing of some information that you need to know really bad. We never, ever call them. We never call somebody that don't work here anymore, unless there's a few exceptions.
Well, some have left, like Sean Phillips.
Like Sean Phillips and Megan, Derek and some of those guys have left.
Norm
that are great friends.
Yeah.
I still play golf with Norm.
Because they just left for other opportunities.
And
they did it the right way.
Absolutely.
Well, other than Sean. Sean didn't really leave the right way. He married Megan.
No, he left the really right way. He married up's what that boy did.
Yes, he did.
That boy married up.
I was going to say, but he did you call her secretary. Your marketing director. Sean married the marketing director.
Same thing.
They're all slaves to you.
If you look at how many people have come through these doors, employees and then just customers.
Yeah.
A guy, we had a packed house yesterday, and a guy paid me a great compliment that I get a lot, but I haven't had it lately because it's been winter. I'm walking through there, and I'm just kind of talking to people and walking, and one guy stood up and he started walking towards me, and I shook his hand, and he said, Thank you, Mr. Fairless. And I said, for what? And he said, for giving us this place. For giving the bikers of the world a place where they can go and hang out and,
Yeah.
So that's a huge compliment, and I take it very seriously.
I was here in the beginning, I remember.
Yeah, you were.
I remember this started. Wait a minute. Here's Ricky talking to me. He said, wait a minute.
He's going to make me look stupid is what he's fixing to do.
It's not. It's not.
Go ahead. It's not hard to make me look stupid.
He said, I want to talk to you about something. Okay, I'm driving.
Wait, we're on our way to Daytona, Florida for Bike Week.
Driving.
They were shooting my shovel head for the cover of the magazine.
Beside the point.
No, that's driving, the reason we were going.
And he said, I got to talk to you. What? He said, you can't tell anybody.
No, you said what? You got to go pee?
He said, you can't tell Philip. And I'm like, what's Philip got to do with anything?
Philip was his boss. My boss. That was,
and he was a friend of mine, too.
And a friend of mine and Joe's.
So anyway, I said, okay, what is it? He said, what do you think about opening a motorcycle shop? And I said, well, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I said, we've been building bikes forever. Had
talking
custom
about
bikes,
it forever.
You know. Well, we had a bunch of bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd been to a lot of shows and built custom bikes, and I said, I don't know. Anyway, the rest of that's how this started. We talked about it all the way down there to Daytona, all the way back.
Yeah.
And probably a year after that it opened, right?
No, less than a year.
Was it?
Yeah. Once we got back, I started serious trying to.
Well, that's when we did the business plan, and
yeah,
but it wasn't too long.
No, it wasn't very long. I mean, at that point in my life, Roach Paint Company had been bought out by Glidden, and everything was different. So when Mr. Bender, the guy that sent me to the Super Bowl and the Daytona 500 and fishing, when he was there, he took care of me. He was the big boss, and he made sure that nobody messed with me. When he retired,
people started messing with you?
People started messing with you, and I did not like it. And so, I started thinking, well, I got 20 years in.
Yeah.
I was at 19 years, and I thought, well, I'm on my fixing to be 20 years here. I may think about doing a motorcycle shop.
Yeah.
I'd probably been better off if I'd have stuck with them, made more money, and been off on weekends. Where would all these people be that come here every weekend or whatever, and the people that have met here and got married here and all that? Where would all those people be if I didn't ever open this place?
It's all been different, but there's a plan. I mean, it's just
there's a plan.
Part of the plan. So
there's a plan.
Well, when the bar wasn't open for a couple of years.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Yeah.
But the original plan was a motorcycle shop and a bar.
Yeah.
It took me a year and a half to get the bar open.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't get the vagrant guy that was living in the building out of there.
Yeah, that's true.
That was part of the problem.
That was part of the problem. We couldn't get him out. It was a machine shop, and the guy was living in it.
Yeah, he'd sneak out at night.
I tried to throw him out, and he filed some papers saying he was destitute, so then I had to give him another 60 days or something. So what wound up happening, the guy I was renting from, I called and I said, I'm not paying that much rent if I'm renting that building
and not getting it.
He said, I'm on my way over there. We went over there, and he beat on the door. Nobody answered. And so there was a glass window, and it had like cardboard over it. He picked up a brick. He broke that glass window out, reached in there, unlocked the door. We went in there, and where the bar is now was a machine shop, but the guy was living there. So we had like
wasn't there an elevator cab in there too?
Well, there was all kinds of stuff. He had his toilet was up because there was no bathroom in there. His toilet was up on pallets, so it would drain into a bucket kind of thing.
That's gross.
I mean, it was nasty. So he found the guys, had his dresser and all that, and his mattress where he was sleeping on the floor on a mattress. He threw it all outside, out here where the courtyard is now. He said, you tell that guy I did that. And I said, okay. And then I said, wait a minute, he's going to come here and get mad at me, and you ain't going to be here.
Yeah.
And he did. He came in, and he come in the motorcycle shop raising hell. And I said, it wasn't me, it was Gary.
Well, and Gary at the time was officing back here.
No.
Wasn't he?
No, Gary's wife was one of the partners that owned this property, but Gary
okay.
wasn't. He wasn't.
There was a landscaping company back here.
Yeah, Chris owned the landscape company, and he was officing back here.
Yeah.
But he didn't have. He was just a minority owner at that time.
Okay.
So it's been a long, strange trip, like they say.
How many years ago? What year was all that? 95?
No, it's actually 96. So I've been here 29 years.
Yeah.
This is actually my 30th year, I guess,
Yeah.
if you count the first year.
Yeah.
So look at all the things. It's crazy because a guy came up to me yesterday, and he was, I don't know. He told me, I think he was like 30, 38 or 40.
Yeah.
And he said, my dad brought me here
When he was a kid?
when I was 12 or 13, and he said, ever since then I have idolized you, and I followed your career. And
What career would that be?
did you hear me tell about hiring and firing all those people?
Yeah, okay.
That's the career.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool when people a guy came in a year ago when he said, hey, Rick, I want to show you a picture. And it was a picture of what turned out to be his dad and him when he was like 4 or 5. Yeah. And he said, my dad has passed away. This is my son. And so I'm carrying on that. Yeah, so I thought, how old am I? Like 91 or something?
Well, when you opened this place, your kids were little.
My kids were little, and now they're pushing 40. Rad will be 40 this year.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, the big one's 38, and Rad will be 40 this year.
I remember hanging out over at your house, and the kids wouldn't any taller than this table.
Yeah, yeah.
When they were little.
So things have changed. We've been through all the chopper craze and the biker build-off.
TV stuff.
And all of that, which was huge.
Yeah.
Was huge. I mean, when I did the biker build-off, you went with me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when we went to Las Vegas for that deal, for the Discovery Channel, you went with me.
We've been all over the country. We've been
all over
all the rallies.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a rally we've missed through the years.
Well, and I don't much do them anymore. I guess there's one coming up in the Hill Country or east of Fort Worth, and
the one that Big and them were talking about the other day?
Yeah, and so Biggin
that's just down by Granbury.
Oh, that's right. It's by Granbury. And so Biggin's going to go, and just because the guy that's putting it on is a friend of ours, and she said, Dad, do you care if I go and I take some bikes and some T-shirts and all that? And I said, nope, I don't care.
Well, you got pressure to drive the truck down there and unload the bikes.
Yeah, no, they'll be Biggin. I raised Biggin on doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore. I get invited to do these rallies all the time. I just can't stand in one spot anymore and just shake hands.
Well, they're not the same as they used to be.
No, they're not.
I mean, used to... When years ago, you'd go and it'd be all your friends and you'd see them and all the other bike builders.
Well, Sturgis is still kind of like that.
Yeah.
To me, Sturgis is the only one. So this year will be 38 in a row.
I started going in 89.
I started going in 87.
Okay.
But you missed one or two.
Well, I missed 2013.
That's the year I got into the Hall of Fame.
I missed that because I had cancer that
Joe
year.
T had some cancer surgery and couldn't go.
But that's the only year I missed.
Yeah.
So, well, and now we got a place to stay.
Yeah, Joe bought a house up there on Hamster Hill.
Yeah.
So Sturgis is like that's the granddaddy. People say Daytona, and Daytona's good, but it's nothing near Sturgis.
But it's still way different than when we started going. Remember, we stayed in Rapid City. We'd get our bikes early in the morning. We'd ride to Sturgis, park our bikes, and we'd be there all day long.
We're different. The rally's not much different. We're different.
Well, maybe that's it.
Yeah, we're different.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't part of the industry, but now we're part of the hamsters and part of the industry, and, so everything has changed for us, too.
But it seems like it's gotten more spread out.
Well...
The first few years we went, I don't ever remember going to Spearfish.
No, we never went to Spearfish. No, we didn't.
We'd go to Deadwood.
We'd go to Deadwood. We never went to Spearfish.
Now we spend most of our time in Spearfish.
Yeah, that's where we headquarters out of.
So anyway, it's all different. They're all the rallies are different. I remember the Lone Star Rally in Austin.
No, that was the Republic of Texas in Austin.
The Toothless Wonder Rally. If you had more than 2 teeth, they wouldn't let you come.
Again, that's a disclaimer on that. That's his opinion.
It's true.
Joe T's opinion does not necessarily reflect the opinion of the management, which is me. I loved that rally, but it was, it was
in the dirt, and it was hot.
A lot of people that went to the rally.
I remember driving in one morning. You and I are pulling in on our bikes. We'd been pulling in one morning, and there was a guy in his underwear sitting in a lounge chair, laid back,
passed out.
Yeah,
beer cans all over the place.
Like, oh, this
well,
is
the problem with that rally to me was, one, they had it in June.
It was hot.
It was really hot, and they made a lot of their money from camping. So they had they rented out that
fairground.
Yeah, what was the name of it?
I don't remember.
They rented out that fairgrounds, but that's how they made their money, was the people coming in paying to camp. And then they rented them golf cars, and it was like
got to sneeze, sorry.
And it was like it was kind of it grew to be kind of a white trash kind of rally.
I think it started out as white trash and then tapered off.
But it was good for a long time. I mean, it was a good rally. My friends of mine owned it. They owned the rally, and once he sold it, Jerry Bragg sold that rally, then it kind of went downhill.
Well, when we were inside in the pavilion, that was okay.
Yeah, when we were in the pavilion,
was not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Lone Star rally in Galveston, that's a good rally.
Yeah.
You guys should go to that rally. It's a beautiful rally.
Well, and it's nicer down there.
It's a lot nicer down there, and it's in late October.
It's kind of got two parts. It's got the part with the Strand where everybody cruises at. Then it's got the part along the seawall.
Yeah.
Where the hotels and stuff are. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice out there.
Yeah.
But I haven't been to that rally in a few years. I used to do the deal with Allstate. And they would pay me to go to the rally and do all that. And since they quit paying me, I just haven't been lately.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to, because I think, okay, if I'm out the rally, standing there talking to people, which I love to do, I can do that. But then I'm not here.
Yeah.
And, since COVID, we run such a small crew that it's hard for me to get out of here.
Yeah.
So
Well, you are going to leave in May.
I'm going to leave in May. We're going to do the Kyle Petty Charity Ride with Herschel Walker.
Which we've done numerous times.
We've done numerous times, and so we're looking forward to doing it. And
we missed last year.
Wait, did you say last year? That's a gag from the old...
Let me tell you where that comes from.
No! Don't tell them where it comes from. Please, don't say it, Joe. So, we missed last year. But Herschel called me and said, hey, are you going to the Kyle Petty Charity Ride? And I've started him-hawing around, and I said, do you want me to go? And Herschel said, yes, I want you to go with me. And so we're going. It starts in Traverse City. I've never been there.
And we end up in Hot Springs, Virginia, which we have been before.
That's where that big fancy hotel was, like George Washington stayed. Is that the hotel?
Well, that's where George Washington used to own the hotel or started the hotel or something.
Are we staying there again?
That's the last night.
Okay.
The next morning we get up and go to the airport.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there ain't an airport around there.
We got to fly to Roanoke.
Okay.
So no, that's where we end up.
Okay, so let us know what you would like to see us talk about on this show. What
if they want us to talk about politics?
Well, then I'll delete their message. You won't ever see it. So my email is rick@strokersdallas.com. And
tell him you want to talk about politics. Tell him he needs to get educated on this stuff.
I don't. The people in politics ain't even educated.
You might need a pardon one of these days.
I don't.
And if you know the politicians, maybe you can get a pardon.
I'm not going to do nothing that I need a pardon from. I ain't going to.
That's what Liz Cheney and them said too, and they got a pardon.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know Liv Cheney from
Liz Cheney.
Liz.
Yeah.
What about that Liv Tyler?
Oh.
I wouldn't know the difference between the two.
Yes,
one of them,
if you saw him, you would.
One of them's Steven Tyler's daughter.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other one looks like.
Well, she's not beautiful. She's a fat old woman.
Joe!
That's true.
Well,
she's
you don't
fat old white woman.
Again, we have no. The opinions of Joe T do not necessarily.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Express
She's a fat old white woman.
The opinions of management up here.
That's a fact.
Do we got any exit music?
Well, just a song. And I'm real impressed. Bessler did this song.
He wrote this song.
Yeah.
And AI is singing it.
Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The The world reports where the fun
And of course, we may
begins.
not be recording this
From
right, so nobody may ever
handlebars to
see it
world
anyway.
affairs.
This may go into the
Rick and Joe
the
are
archives.
taking you there. It's
may
the
be
ride
just
of
doing it
your
for our
life.
own-
Come on,
You
don't
need to get
hide.
Bester to show
Rick
you how to
and
let this
Joe,
play,
it's
but
a
turn it
wild,
down.
wild ride.
Don't be touching
Right
stuff.
here.
Just screw it up.
Look.
But it's still, what about me and you? Is that turning us down too?
No.
Well, okay. See, we could fade that out.
So this has been the Rick and Joe T World Report,
Yeah.
show number 1. And let us
we'll-
know what you would like to see us talk about. It's rick@strokersdallas.com. Shoot me an email.
Ask him a political question.
And so I won't answer you. I'll delete your ass if you do that. So, the daily show that I do every day, I hope you're watching that on Facebook. I do it on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where Bessler is going to post this. He's going to
Probably
post it
all
on
the same things.
He's going to post it on YouTube for sure, but like TikTok only goes like 15 minutes or 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he'll put like snippets or whatever. So anyway, this is show number 1. We're just getting back into the hang of it. And let us know what you'd like us to talk about. I mean, I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let me read something as an example.
Come on. Give it a rest.
Puxacani Phil, see? He's over.
That's how your brain works, doesn't it? Let's talk about your hair. Do you use a hair conditioner?
Help wanted, one new best friend. Without the strong opinions. All right, Rick Fairless and Joe T.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching the Rick and Joe T World Report. We're out of here.
Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The world reports where the fun begins. From handlebars to world affairs, Rick and Joe are taking you there. It's the ride of your life, come on, don't hide. Rick and Joe, it's a wild, wild ride.